Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Do please, I know I ask all the time, but come on, it really helps. Do please like and subscribe. It's just down there, folks. And a link to my books. You've got to read my books. I'm going to talk today about the medical service within HM prisons, of which I was a member, a qualified hospital officer. And those who don't know what a hospital officer was, it's exactly the same as a nursing officer, nursing like a staff nurse in the NHS prisons, which are today what they're run by the NHS prisons. Some jails have actually got outside units, private companies providing them with health care, but they will be qualified nurses as well. And I was, in actual fact, a qualified nurse and did the Home Office course, seconded to the NHS for a period of time. Worked at places like Ashworth and some of the big hospitals, on the cancer ward for a while. Here we are. I'm going to show you my certificate now, which was issued by the Home Office. Just in case those are out there saying, oh, this is a load of bollocks, he never done all this. There we go. You can see it, yeah. You can see that. You got it. Say something along the lines that Mr. John Sutton has passed and been subjected to examination by the Board of Medical Examiners, and they're satisfied that he has passed and become a fully qualified member of the prison hospital service in England and Wales. There you go. So all those who doubt it, there you go, that's my certificate. And today we've got nurses from the NHS administering care in the prisons. But listen, I took it very seriously when I was caring for inmates, and I was the officer in charge of the ward at Strangeways for a period of approximately 18 months, which was a real experience. We had on there people who were committed for psychiatric reports, and the psychiatrist would come in, and of course I kept a day book. Every officer on the ward kept a day book, which was an incident book to report incidences that's taken place. One of the horriblest incidences was a particular inmate who was suffering from some kind of bipolar or schizophrenic issues. Kept coming to me and saying, the voices, I can hear the voices. I'll sit down at the table. Let's come sit down at the table with me and have a cup of tea and try and calm him down, you know. I mean, that's basically, I took the nursing ideas quite seriously. And during one afternoon, he was experiencing the voices again, and he'd been fully medicated, but they were still taking control. He jumped up, ran at a plate glass window, smashed his arms through the window, both arms through the window, and ripped them back. It was a lot of blood came out, actually. It's amazing how much blood you've got in you. You've got about 8 or 9 pints, you know. Well, he probably squirted about 4 of them all over the hospital ward and all over me, actually. I looked like I'd been working in an abattoir by the time I'd finished preventing the blood from his wounds, and we got him out of there, whisked him off to a hospital and got him a blood transfusion. He survived, of course he survived. But there were numerous cases on the ward that were requiring delicate attention. Of course, the problem that you've got was not all hospital staff were, I would say, weren't quite compassionate. Some were actually trying to do the job as a nurse in prison uniform, of course, because you did wear prison uniform, but over the top you wore a white smock. Yeah, and you didn't carry a truncheon. Well, you had the standard equipment, but not a ton. You weren't going battering inmates. Of course, there were times when you had to relocate inmates to padded cells, and times, of course, when you had to inject inmates, forcibly inject them against their will with psychotropic drugs such as chlorpromazine, Largactil, etc. Indeed, one of the inmates that was subdued by this method was, of course, Paul Sykes, who had attacked a number of staff. I don't know what he'd done. He got this idea that he called it belting screws. I belted a few screws in my time, you know. It was a strange idea because he was not an unintelligent man. Although the story of him punching a shark in the Straits of Johor is likely to be apocryphal, it certainly didn't happen because there are no sharks in the Straits of Johor, and sharks don't have ears. Not like these flappers, you know. So it's just a story. But he was a real character, also a male rapist, and he ended up as a dishevelled, drunken wreck. I think it destroyed him when John L. Gardner gave him a boxing lesson when he boxed for the British Heavyweight Championship against John L. Gardner. You can see it, it's on YouTube. Just Google it in onto YouTube. John L. Gardner v. Paul Sykes. He gave him a right dusting because Sykes was a big bully and he could thump. But when he started to get a dusting from John L. Gardner, he jacked it in. He resigned the fight. He didn't get knocked out. He just no more. Anyway, so yeah, the hospital service in HM prisons is now conducted by NHS staff or private teams that are organised by the likes of Serco and Group 4S. But there were times when you had to be a little bit physical, and I don't believe that the NHS staff are quite equipped for that. You see, it was reasonably well recognised in the prison service, and those of you who have been in the prison system in the 1970s and 80s, and there are many here, you know, do give me your comments, give me your views on this. You'd find that if you got on the wrong side of the hospital staff, you were about as far down as you're going. And I have seen the worst place in Britain to be, a padded cell in Strangeways with your arse full of Largactil. It ain't much fun. I don't know, it didn't happen to me. Although I did get physically attacked by other hospital officers who weren't too keen on my politics, seeing as I'm not exactly on the right, I'm slightly to the left, which seems to me reasonable. It's a thinking man's way of going through life, I believe. So I've had a request. It's that time of day, folks. Yeah, I've had a request. I think it was from Jim, actually, who wanted me to sing a certain song. So I'll warn you all before I go any further. And what does Larry think? Yes, folks, it's the Screaming Goat and the Songdinger time. The Songdinger. Have you seen on the news riots in Ballymena? Donald Trump's instigating riots in Los Angeles, coming to a town near you this summer. So the request I got was for me to sing a Bob Dylan song, which is the request, I think it was Jim actually. It was a subscriber on here, you know, leaves comments down below. You can all do that. If you've got a favourite song that you need to be destroyed, then I'm the man for the job. And I hope that the sound is a bit better now. I had a go at it. So I was requested to sing Bob Dylan's The Times Are A-Changing. It's quite a long song, so I'll do what I can. Are you sitting comfortably? And don't forget, if you really enjoy this, I'll be on patrol tomorrow morning, 9 a.m, A1 landing. I've got the answer, if you like this. Yeah. Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, and you'd better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone, for the times they are a-changing. Come writers and critics who prophesy with your pen, and keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. And don't speak too soon, for the wheels soon will spin, and there's no telling who that it's naming. For the loser now will be later to win. The times they are a-changing. Come senators, congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall, for he that gets hurt will be he who is stalled. The battle outside is raging, will soon shake your windows and rattle your walls, for the times they are a-changing. Come mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand, for the times they are a-changing. The line it is drawn, the curse it is cast. The slow one now will later be fast, as the present now will later be past. The order is rapidly fading, and the first one now will later be last, for the times they are a-changing. There you go. The times are a-changing, and indeed they are. Put on your news tonight and see what's happened in Los Angeles. See what's happened in Ballymena. See what's happening in a town near you. Coming soon. Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton.